Whoa, it's a great weekend, right? So today is the Monday, the 23rd of November. We're inching our way towards December, but we have some amazing explosions over the weekend. So yeah, just rounding off the title, Ethereum Massive Rally. I mean, right now we are at these phenomenal heights. Ethereum $561. That's insane. It had this massive rally on the weekend. And on the weekend also, I would call this a resurrection pump for most of the altcoins. A lot of them that were forgotten during the past few months during DeFi summer, all of a sudden say, you know what, we're still around. We're still around. We can still push. We can still pump. We got Ripple pumping like 30%, Litecoin pushing up as well. Bitcoin Cash even, yeah. It was a crazy altcoin weekend. So anyways, we'll talk all about that today. We'll also talk about Bitcoin as well. I think Bitcoin's price still dictates a lot of the movement that goes on. So Bitcoin is holding super strong right now, still above 18K. I mean, come on, guys. Bitcoin is just strong AF at this current point. And a lot of chatter is around the long-term functionality of Bitcoin. And of course, a lot of institutional investors coming in. We have various reports of news where there's just massive sums that are being accumulated by investors in this space, so long-term investors. And it's not surprising. I mean, recently, I think the chatter has been always that the US government has printed 20% of its total supply this year. Let's think about it. That's huge implications. So first of all, if you live in the States, well, your money is 20% less useful, right? There's an inflation monetary supply, and you'll immediately feel that in the coming few years, where suddenly you're gonna feel, oh yeah, you go out for dinner, well, you're expected to spend around $200-300. You know, that's kind of the immediate kind of stuff that you feel. But even more long term, you're gonna feel that money is gonna become kind of like this abstract useless thing anyways, and you're going to see that Bitcoin rise to power. So anyways, we have obviously some people are like saying, oh, a little bit of pullback. I would say honestly, in terms of pullback, yes, there was a retracement on Bitcoin side. We'll talk a little bit about that, but honestly, we're still kind of moving within a very strong channel there. So I will be very reluctant to use that word pullback, because we've been continuously pushing up. But just remember, if you watch these videos and we push them out, right now it's around 3 times a week now. You'll just see that every time I make a video, it just goes up, up, up. Sure, we retrace for a few hours and then we go up again, right? So that's kind of my current take on everything here. So we'll talk about all that. Today we also have a lucky draw as well. So if you guys want to participate in this draw, so this is the King box mining card. So this is a card collecting game done by the guys DuckDao. So there's over $200,000 of prizes to be won, and there's over 40 cards to collect. So if you're the first one to collect all the cards, you win 100K. And if you collect some of the mini series, all the rules are on the DuckDao Telegram, so just make sure you check that out. You can also win mid-tier prizes as well. So if you want to win the King box mining card, there's only going to be a total of 8 of these. Just retweet this. I'll link the tweet up for you guys right now. We're going to do the draw today. So this is during the live stream today. So it's all fair, all square. But we're going to draw the prize for the King box mining card. So that's what's up today. So anyways, we got a comment from Dexter Summer, says number only go up. Oh, it seems like it. Some days it goes down a little bit, but you know. And Ryan Tay says, every time you make a video, it goes up. Make more videos, please. But to make more videos, guys, make sure you smash up that like button. Let's get more than 100 likes for today's video. Let's just push that up. Let's make more videos. Let's make Bitcoin go up and up and up. And with that, guys, let's roll the start and get started. All right, so let's start off with the market recap. I think that's the best thing to start. And always just a reminder, live streams 11 a.m. Hong Kong time or 11 p.m. on the other side of the world. So first of all, taking a look at the market, yes, people were a little bit concerned. Yes, in the past hour, we're down 0.2%. In the past day, we're down 1.7% for the price of Bitcoin. But this is nothing compared to the massive rally we've been experiencing. So if you look at Bitcoin's trajectory, number only goes up seems to be the case. It seems to have a pattern where it just makes a major push, all right, tries to consolidate, figures out what's going on, and boom, another push, figures out what's going on. It could have dips in the middle as well, boom, it could drop, it could try to drop, but overall the trajectory is up. These little spikes are very important. I'll make a special reminder yet again. So right now what we're seeing is that we do see some resistance around 19k. That's expected. 19k is a big number, and then we're going to approach on the big 20k. These are big psychological barriers for people to process, right? Imagine normies right now, like if they look upon Bitcoin, they'll be like, yeah, don't I remember Bitcoin being 3,000? Oh, wait, what's this, like 20,000 now? What's happening? I mean, it would suck to be a normie at this point, right? If you're not into crypto, watch more of these videos, guys. Watch more of these videos, because you need to know what's going on. It's been exploding. These numbers are crazy. So big psychological barriers at around 19k. So we did get some resistance there, but I don't expect that resistance to last out very long. The bullish push is very, very strong at this current point. We're seeing more and more institutional buyers coming in, and there's just no one selling Bitcoin. I think this is the main reason why Bitcoin hasn't been going down drastically. If you look at the sell side, you ask the OTC, and this is what I've been asking here as well. So I've gone down to the OTC, the trading, the Bitcoin centers in Hong Kong. So that's Genesis Block over there. I have a link down below if you're interested in trading with them. But they're like, there's no one selling. Like that's kind of the core situation here. People are buying, right? There's more and more gradual interest, and it keeps going. Number keeps going up. People are getting interested, and then there's no one selling. So we're still creating that situation. Now, I did say that there are all of these kind of sudden drops, and if you can look at it, this one is quite egregious. Like, so it just dropped below 18k, dropped all the way down to 17, trying to push down. Same with these little dips over here. So I will be extremely careful of any leverage trades at this current moment. So these candles, right, and we've been talking about this for weeks now, are specifically targeted to liquidate people who have leverage longs. Basically, leverage longs are when you essentially when you trade with more than what you have. But there's a certain point at which your assets just get liquidated, so the exchange protects itself from losing money, right? So if you're trading with more than you can have, and you have a huge leverage, like a 10x leverage, so you trade with 10x of what you have, or in crypto, some of the worst ones are like 100x leverage. It's insanity, right? So if you have a 10x leverage, a lot of times, if there's a sudden dip that occurs and you have a position, it might wipe out that position. So just be very, very careful, guys. Not financial advice, but just be very cautious. Over the weekend, it's kind of funny too. So a lot of these exchanges that do offer this type of leverage, right? Because everything's going up, they want as many people leveraging as possible. They've been constantly emailing me. They're like, one of the exchanges, Bybit, was like, oh, Box Mining, I don't see you have a Bybit link on your videos. You should add one now. It's a great time to get people onto leverage trading. I'm like, no, it's not. Like right now, it's one of the worst times to be over leveraged. If you're overextended, these trades, I mean, it depends obviously on leverage. I mean, there's smart people who take like say 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x leverage, and you'll still be fine. But these giant spikes downwards are going to catch out anyone with kind of like 15, 20x, sometimes 10x, even especially these. I was just showing you guys a little bit earlier. There's these spikes downwards that would just like completely obliterate people who are in overexposed positions. So just be extremely careful. Just being extremely careful in this space. All right. So, for me, it's like these are very powerful tools, but a lot of people don't know how to use them properly. I don't want to preach here, but right now I feel like there's a lot of exchanges that are very predatory. They pretty much create all these trading competitions trying to get you to leverage more and more and more, and this is like just a very dangerous pot to be in. So anyways, just be very careful for that, guys. On the terms on Ethereum side, yet again, we see some crazy explosive energy. So Ethereum had this channel that it was kind of like 5,000, so not 500, not 5,000, 500 was a point that it just couldn't breach previously. right? So that was the story of Ethereum. We always also look back in September, we also tried to push above 500, and yet again we just couldn't. So right now we did. All right, so right now we it touched 500 and then just blew past that to 560 and 70. So right now the kind of resistance that we saw is roughly at 580. That's just crazy. These numbers are insane, everyone. When I say them, like, I still remember telling people about ETH when I was like 100. Like, guys, like, look at ETH. Just look at it, right? Like, that was a good time. That was a good time, and people were still waiting. Like, oh, I want to wait till ETH is 80 and I'll buy it. Now it's like, guess what? $580, guys. So, anyways. Oh man, hilarious. So yes, Ethereum's right now in this crazy rocket ship, and obviously a lot of this is propelled by the news of Ethereum 2.0. So this is the kind of the big upgrade to Ethereum, being 2.0 and all. Obviously this name implies hype, but let's just say that the kind of the biggest objective right now for Ethereum 2.0 is to fill this bar. This is the easiest mission. The mission right now is to fill this bar. So if you've been watching this episode, we've been looking at this closely. What is this bar? What does it represent? So for Ethereum 2.0 to happen, there needs to be 524,000 Ethereum deposited into Ethereum 2.0 staking contracts. And if this staking bar fills up, this is when developers can start pressing the launch button, and they'll have like a 7-day delay. All right, so once this fills up, 7-day delay, boom, it goes up. Technically, there was meant to be a soft deadline for roughly 1 week before the 1st of December, which is tomorrow. So we'll have to see how far it goes. But if you actually remember from the last video, we were roughly around 20%, and then we shot up by more than 35%. This bar just moved like crazy amounts. Obviously, there were investors who were kind of waiting till the last minute, till the 0th hour to make those deposits. Reason being is because you get a lot more flexibility. So why is everyone moving to Ethereum 2.0 staking? Well, because of the rewards. So if you just start off right now, if you start up with the 524,000 ETH in deposit contracts, you share a reward, and roughly you get around 21% APR, which is pretty high, right? Not very high towards DeFi standards, right? If you were in decentralized finance, Ethereum, sometimes you can get like these crazy deposit rates for Ethereum. But compared to a bank, banks give you around what, like right now, 0.25%. So yeah, 21% is pretty darn good. Now, of course, this is a one-way trip, so this is the risk. So also, if you deposit, you might expect to have ETH locked up in there for roughly 2 years. So right now, even if you move to Ethereum 2.0, because Ethereum 2.0 is not functional in the form of making transfers or doing smart contracts, you might be stuck there for a while until phase 1 or phase 2 of Ethereum 2.0. It's a more of a gradual process. It's blockchain. It does take a while. So that's why the initial guys, they can kind of experience roughly 21%, but this number goes down as more and more people stake. So as more people migrate and stake, that number is going to drop. This is why I'm not in a big hurry yet. I know I've been making and saying that I have a lot of content to produce in Ethereum 2.0. I've done a lot of research in this area, but at the same time, is it the right time to migrate? For me personally, I actually made the decision of no last week. Reason being is because if you want to deposit, I have like a little bit more than 32 ETH, first of all. So if I wanted to do this properly, I would have to create, quite a few servers. I won't reveal the exact number here, but I would have quite a lot of servers to run and maintain, which it's a lot of hassle for 21%. I know I sound like very privileged right now, but that 21% might not last forever. I've seen a lot of people making content. YouTubers, they jump on the excitement, right? Normal YouTubers will be like, oh, this is exciting. I'll show you guys how to do it. I'll capture this excitement. But for me here, I'm just like, you know what? There's no rush. There's absolutely no rush. Once people rush on board, once the rates not gonna last. The crazy rates are not gonna last forever, and there's a lot of risk in the process. So I'm gonna do this more thoroughly to make sure and to ensure the amount of Ethereum I have is stable. Something that a lot of people didn't know about ETH 2.0 is that if you don't set up your servers correctly, there's two possibilities. One is that you're just gonna start losing ETH over time. That's absolutely true. If your basically, if your validator fails to be called to vote, you actually have to do stuff for this reward, right? And if you don't do what you're doing, if you're called to vote and you don't vote, you're screwed. And also, if you get hacked, there's a chance that you might get slashed. So if hackers try to breach your server and they try to screw with the network, you might get slashed, meaning you might actually lose a huge chunk of your deposits. So proof of stake means you're truthful to the system because you have a stake there. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. I'm not in the biggest hurry to rush out to adopt ETH 2.0 yet, just yet, but content coming, and as more and more systems are falling into place. We've spoken to the guys at Anchor. We've spoken to I'm speaking to all nodes right now. There's also like Cream. Like there's so many people trying to create solutions for ETH 2.0 staking. I'm just gonna take this slow. Doesn't really bother me too much. All right, moving on to that. So let's do the draw now. Actually, we'll shout this out one last time. We have something like 424 people watching this. So anyways, if you guys want to do this, last chance, last call, all right? If you guys want to do this, I'm going to do the draw in roughly 5 minutes. So if you guys want to be part of the draw, retweet this tweet that I just sent out in the chat right now and type a comment. Just comment 3 friends there and your Ethereum address. Click the retweet button. That's the most important one. Hint, hint. So we better win from this one, by the way. So this is like, yeah. Anyways, this is for our community. We better win. All right, so very quickly as well, over the weekend, let me see what I have here. I'll talk about positive stuff. I'll talk about positive stuff until we do the draw, and then I'll talk about some negative stuff. All right, so we have another day, another project for Andre. So trust token, TrueFi. Oh my God. So another token for me to launch. I have not yet fully done my research on this. This was the biggest thing yesterday. It was trading, but I was out hiking. Oh, what an unfortunate time to be out hiking, but you know what? I need my exercise. I needed to get out and going. But yeah, I was in the mountains and I was like, oh, not another token launch by Andre. But anyways, I'm gonna do some research on it. Today is my research day, so I'll keep on tuned. But if you guys are on that and aped into this, congrats. I think it did pretty darn well on that front. Now we also have this, which is pretty cool. So Coinbase has seen 14 billion increase in institutional assets under custody since April. Holy crap, $14 billion floating into this space. That's insane, right? If you think about it, like, we had talk about institutional investors, and we had like say Michael Saylor coming out and saying, yo, we got $500 million. This is $14 billion right here in Coinbase custody. I mean, this is what Coinbase is making their money on right now. They're making money essentially on keeping other people's cryptocurrencies. I didn't understand this before. All right, so coming from Bitcoin culture, it was always like, not your keys, not your crypto. Why you're custodying this with someone else? But it's important for big institutions to have custody solutions because they hold other people's money, right? So let's say some, 401k or someone's retirement fund, they have it in these big funds and these big institutions, and these institutions want to buy and have exposure to Bitcoin. They need to have proper custody. If they have one person custodying that cryptocurrency, well, that one person might just make a run for it. That's the classic problem with crypto, because if whoever holds these keys and this person needs to make sure no one else sees them, but whoever holds these keys hold the crypto. So this has been a big battle, but the good thing is that it's getting solved, right? The Coinbase custody, we have Ledger custody, we have like so many different Bitcoin custody solutions coming in, and that was something that was like kind of really built up between 2017 and now. There's so many like this high-tech ways. If you ever see these high-tech custody solutions, they're crazy. Multi-signatures, multiple server locations around the world, multiple key holders. It's crazy. But anyways, they basically allow the crypto to be held by multiple parties, and they all have to sign in order for the transfer to be made. So that's kind of how powerful these custody solutions are, and these guys are holding billions now. So, that's along the way. So Napoleon Chan says, remember Quadriga CX. So as personally as as we are, like as people of us who are in crypto, obviously the solution is much simpler. We have the ledger, so we can custody these ourselves because, you know, I'm one person, I'm custodying my own crypto and I put it into my ledger. And if you guys are on the fence about ledger right now, they have a mega sale right now. So ledger, I have a coupon code down below, but they have a mega Black Friday sale that's starting out. So let me just check it out. I think it's like a 40% off or something like that, something crazy. Let me just see it. Let me see if it started yet. I think it has started, but learn more. Not yet. So there is a Black Friday sale coming up. All right, so guys, wait for it. I'm gonna have a coupon code. It does help my channel, obviously, but also you get a crazy discount on the ledger. And yeah, ledger is the one that I use most often. Like, this is why it's permanently on my desk. I also have another smaller one. If you guys, this is basically pretty much the same thing, but with a smaller screen. I also have a Trezor. I don't use as much, but yeah, pretty much Ledger is the most kind of powerful one. So if you guys are looking for storing your own cryptocurrencies, and this is something that I would say, look, the easiest way, the biggest decider, I've been saying this for a while, is that if you own more than, say, $5,000 of crypto, you should start looking into one of these. All right. The reason being is that because as the number increases, especially if you know the prices of Bitcoin increasing over time, you're more and more vulnerable. I've seen people, and I've seen these elaborate attempts to hack people's cryptocurrencies over the recent times. And something like this makes sure that even if your computer is compromised, right? Even if your computer is compromised, even if your exchange account is compromised, you don't have it on your exchange, so people can't steal it from there. And even if your computer is compromised, this device will never be compromised because it has a secure element. And every time you send your cryptocurrencies, so long as you verify the address on the device itself, there's just no way that someone can just steal your cryptocurrencies off your device, so long as they do everything properly. I have a video. Look, if someone's new to crypto, this sounds very hard, but for us, we've been here for a long time. We're basically protecting a horde, and you got to learn this, and you got to have one of these. Anyways, sale coming up, and that's the way to do it. Anyways, all right, let's do the lucky draw right now for those things. You guys have your time to do those retweets for the DuckDao. This is the King Box mining card. Only 8 of these in existence ever. So we're gonna do the fairest giveaway. So you guys see, this is retweet winner picker. I found the best one. This is the best one from retweet picker. We're just going to choose one from here. So let me just copy the link. So anyone who retweets it can win this. So we have this over here. So let's ask for some drum rolls, please. All right, let's press submit button. Let's go, drum roll. All right, congratulations, Dan Lee 409555136. Congratulations, you are the winner for this epic card. So winner chicken dinner. I'm gonna message you. I'm gonna go and ask you for your ERC20 address. But congratulations, big congratulations. That's like, this is one of the cards that I really thought this is super cool. So anyways, congratulations on that. All right. Yeah, so we're also going to do draws for the 15 Stratos cards as well. Let me see if should I just do 15 draws right now? I just don't want to lose this one. Let me see this. Let me see, there's a bulk one. We'll do the mini draws. Let's see. I'm not sure if this was going to bore you. I'm just thinking of content-wise, if this makes it interesting. Okay, so, all right, how does this work? Why are people typing scammer? I don't get it. What if ledger breaks? I was winner. Scam fake? Huh? I don't get it. I don't get who was the... It's not rigged. This whole point was I can click it so it goes into it. Anyways, people are salty. I can see salt on someone's face. But yeah, so the whole point is to do the draw at the time of the video, right? That's the whole point. Anyways, all right, so let's do the I'm just trying to read the comments. Is Ledger X the way to go? Yes. To ask Jordan. Absolutely. Okay, so choices winning isn't boring. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we'll do 15 draws then in that case. All right, so this is for 15 draws for the Stratos cards. Let's put that here. Let's put this here. Boom. All right. M. Kriegel. Let me just put this on a list. Okay, so sublime text. Let's put this on a list. Let's put this on a list. All right. Let's do another draw. Let's go back. Submit another draw. It's comp. Congratulations. Let's do another draw. So we do 15 of these. These are for the Stratos cards, which are super cool as well, but not as cool as mine. Sorry. I just have to apologize for that. But yeah, we got Matthias. Submit this. Got Rolex. All right, let's do this again. Submit this. MMMG. Done. Submit this again. We got Kezi. All right, let's go Kezi. All right, submit it again. So we need more drum rolls, guys. All right, this is for Sosa. Congrats, Sosa. We have number 8 right now. We have Bin. Let's go Bin. Let's go submit more. Jeff. My name Jeff. My name Jeff. All right, we have Ruby. Congrats, Ruby. And we have Nyungyin. Sorry if I butcher your name. So this is Manjo. Here we go. We have this one. Ivan Lee. I believe Ivlian. Sorry I'm the name butcher. All right, 15, last one. That is it. Chewy Mui. Congratulations, Chewy Mui, for all that. All right, so congrats all for the winners of the 15 and the number 1 winner for the box mining Stratos card, Fan Hill 40955133696. That's the king winner, king for the kings. All right, cool. Now let's go back to the news. Let's go back to our episode. Obviously, you guys are probably looking at this insanity here. So we have to talk about this. So Pickle is the Pickle as attacker swipes 20 million in evil jar exploit. Damn. So unfortunately, if you have deposits in the Pickle Jar for DAI, there was an attack. So luckily for me, obviously you guys have probably been hearing this if you've been watching the channel for the past month or so. I've been extremely cautious when it comes to vaults. I mean, after you've seen what happened to Harvest, you've seen that the rates are dropping. So my reasoning behind it is that the rates for kind of these vault-like harvest like yield farming mechanisms, the yields have dropped to a point which I didn't feel like it was worth it for me to have large amounts into it. So luckily for me, I was not affected. All right, and I hope you guys are not affected on this channel as well, because I've been preaching that for a long time. Just be cautious, and if you are, be cautious. It's not a huge amount, but anyways, this hack took around $20 million, and it just essentially emptied out the DAI jar. So if you had funds in the DAI jar, that would become zero. Now, in terms of what happened, all right, so I looked at the analysis of what happened here. Okay, so quick summary. Pickle jars are forked versions of Yearn Vaults v1 with modifications. The jars are controlled by controller contract in the latest version enabling direct swap between jars. It was this added swap functionality that was leveraged altogether with multiple design flaws in order to execute the attack. So I don't even know how to respond to that. This is like the biggest derp in a while. So they forked Yearn Vaults. So this is YFI. They forked these vaults and said, you know what, let's make some modifications to make them cooler. Now, it was unfortunately this modification, which coupled with multiple design flaws, that allowed the attacker to essentially empty out the vault. I mean, how facepalm do you have to be? This is a classic situation where people take other people's work, they make these crazy modifications thinking they're like a total genius, right? And then they don't realize that they made multiple design flaws, and then someone could just steal everything from it. I don't know. This is like it's a case where it's a side effect of DeFi, right? The great thing about DeFi is some genius can whip up a bit of code, and this code can function and essentially be better than a bank. But the problem is that we're still in an exploratory phase, and because there's so much competition, so much need for all these yield aggregators, multiple people then try to learn from the first genius, copy their code, think that they are also a genius because they copy someone else's code, and then they try to overextend beyond their abilities, don't make sure that's fully kind of audited, and then, well, shit gets stolen, right? Like, if you don't feel ashamed, like if the programmers don't feel ashamed, they should, because honestly, this could have been completely avoidable. And honestly, this type of stuff kind of prevents progress in DeFi, because now people start losing faith. They're like, oh, what's happening is everything blown up. I guess in a sense that we do have to learn the hard way. It's unfortunate that we have to learn the hard way, but just be very cautious, guys. I mean, I'm trading very carefully in DeFi, and I have been trading very carefully for roughly 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 months now. Being the first ones there, yes, because the rewards are so good, it was kind of worth it, and you kind of made up for the loss. But now people can make substantial losses that they can't make up. That being said, of course, the good thing is that there are more kind of audits along the way, and there are more ways to detect this. So I think this is a phase. This is kind of the risk phase, right? You start off with like the crazy yield phase, and then you have the risk phase right now. And then towards the end of this, once people start understanding this better, and once other people make mistakes and people realize this, then there's going to be a consolidation phase. So we're almost there at the consolidation phase, where everything is like less risky and more audited and more clean, because that's the phase that we want to be at. But we're not there yet. Like, I think, like, roughly speaking, like, we're gonna get there. Arif Akhtar says Andre emptied the pickle jar. Oh no, someone did empty it. And a lot of people are saying audits and stuff. I think even with audits, there's so many potential flaws, especially if people make modifications after audits. So there's so many details people have to watch out for. I think it's not mainstreamable yet, where you actually have like, okay, so this is a story, right? So people have been, I've been farming a lot, and a lot of people send me farms for me to review, and I outright reject them, or I ask for an audit. And a lot of times they come back with these like half-ass audits. Like, the problem with these audits is that they look very formal, but if you look at the details of the audit, there are specific elements that they missed out. A lot of times these audits are done very hastily because the project wants to launch ASAP. They don't want to have the full audit, so they have kind of a cut down version of the audit, and you have to know what you're looking for. So a lot of times, like, people ask me to review a farm. I'll ask them for the audit report, and then they come back to me confused. Are you convinced yet? I'm like, no, this audit sucks, right? I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna risk my money or risk like talking about this, because it's so darn risky at this current point, right? Like, come on, guys, come on. And I think this is the point we're at now, where we have to make sure that all bases are covered before we kind of enter a phase where it's much safer to kind of farm at this point. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Mark Carter says, it was a pickle jar, someone had to empty it. Oh, yeah. It is true. So it's unfortunate. I hope you guys weren't too severely affected. The good news is that cover, all right, so the insurance product cover is trying to cover it. So if you bought cover and you bought insurance, there's a chance that you might be able to have some of it covered. All right. So they're saying that cover clarified that any payouts are not going to cover the entirety of the loss, but you're going to get something. So I guess this is kind of the way forward, where you insure up a farm. I mean, we saw both Cover and Nexus Mutual do this. So you should insure up the farm, you try to get coverage, and you're going to get claims if the farm blows up, which is what happened with Pickle. But I would say that it doesn't cover everything, so you have to look at the fine line. Yet again, this is a situation it's unfortunate for me because I wasn't involved for it, or fortunate for me, I was not involved in this. So again, I'm kind of reading this, but I didn't, and I was strategic enough not to take deposit into that vault. So I don't know. Anyways, so that's, if you guys are affected, just check out what's happening at the Cover in that situation. All right, so okay, this is like a funny tweet, not funny tweet, it's a funny Reddit comment. Are there crypto mentors? I think I knew one. Due to some unavoidable circumstances and bad investments, I got next to no retirement, and I'm 50. I keep following this and follow this up, but a lot of the terminologies are alien to me and don't know where to start. I'm planning to invest a little every month. I need to know where to start. I kind of want someone to hold my hand to explain hows and whys and give me an idea to differentiate between shit coins, promising coins, blue chip stuff. I have a Bittrex account and I trade back and forth once in a while when I see something trending. I feel like it's a little bit for the show on Bitcoin, but I want to get involved. Are there any reputable teachers, mentors, and learning courses out there? I think there are a lot of courses, but I would honestly say, like, I think a lot of people are in this position. They want one person to guide them. And my response to this is, honestly, there's no best way to learn. Honestly, the best way to learn is to learn for yourself. There's no right answer in crypto, nor one strategy that is better than the rest. The best way is to learn how to manage risk and understand how hype works and not get too caught up in it. And I think that's kind of important, right? A lot of people, they follow the trending coins, but a lot of times, trending coins already pumped, right? They're already up 10x, right? The potential to go another 10x is much more diminished, and the potential for someone to take massive amounts of profits is very high. So it's a situation where I know there's a lot of YouTubers and a lot of influencers promising people, oh, we have the best strategy, we'll pick out all the gems for you. Remember, when you're in crypto and you're not doing the picks yourself, then you're most likely falling into someone else's trap. It's very, very unfortunate, but that's just the truth in crypto. So if you want any kind of any sort of, the best thing is to trust no one. All right, that's the kind of honestly, that's kind of the model I've taken. Like, anytime someone tells me stuff, I'll do my own research, I'll look over it myself, I'll have my criteria that I'm looking for. Obviously, don't let terminology confuse you. A lot of times people throw terminology out there like it's garbage, like completely just try to like mess with people, right? That's unfortunate in this space. But the core here is to have some confidence. And I know some people who are amazing investors that don't understand a single thing about the tech, but they understand how hype works. And that's really important. The moment something is hyped, everyone wants to talk about it. Everyone wants to push it up. But at the same time, you got to say, okay, look, it's already been up, understand the hype, wait for consolidation time, and just generally be smart. Not investment advice, but yeah. And we got Napoleon Chan says, never invest into crypto investment pools, pyramid schemes. I've learned the hard way of not trusting someone else. So early on in my career, I didn't fully understand the ecosystem. And, I'm the first to admit that, like, you start out, you don't understand everything. And there are these traders who are like, I've been trading for 10 years. I've been very successful in the stock market. Look at my last year's results. I've been up like 3x. And I'm like, oh, sure. Let me see what you're doing. Let me try to follow that. And then, they push you all this stuff. They get you to invest your money, and then bam, once you invest your money, they just play around with it like it's chips, and they just lose it all for you. Like, this has happened many times, multiple times. Luckily, I was smart enough not to go into fully, but I did try a few investment funds and products, and they just do not work. Like, not even the so-called legit ones, right? Even with the trading history, even if you look at the track record, even if they open up a proper fund, almost none of it, like, not to humble brag here, all right, like, none of them outperformed me. Like my own investments are like way better. Like it's just phenomenal, right? It's just like, are these people that dumb? Like supposedly they have all the bots and stuff and they can outperform me, but they cannot. And a lot of times, like my strategies are very just solid, right? Like buy Bitcoin, like it's not hard. And I think a lot of people, they get confused. I mean, this is my biggest rant, not financial advice, but my biggest rant. A lot of people think, oh, it's too expensive, too late for Bitcoin. But the Bitcoin is the grandfather, right? Like if like a lot of people feel like Bitcoin's not going to be successful, but trust me, like a lot of my stuff is in Bitcoin because it's the one that's gonna most likely become a currency. So that's where, you know, I'm pushing it. It's not going to promise you those kind of crazy returns, but at the same time, you probably want something that's not too aggressively crazy. Anyways, that's my rant for the day. Choices differentiate between people who like to share knowledge and the people who are tired of giving advice. Who are tired of giving advice is something to remember also. Nothing's for free. Value equals to Michael's membership. Thanks so much, Troy. I mean, I've been trying to gear this channel away from saying, okay, this is my best pick. You know, oh my God, this is the best gem. It's more information, right? Like this is the starting point of your research. And this is kind of like the way I want to gear this channel. It makes a lot of sense to me because this is how I operate. Like when someone overly aggressively shows something, oh, this is trending. This is going to be on Binance. This is going to be on Coinbase. Oh my God, get it now before it's too late. Usually I'm like, calm down. Just calm down. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That being said, of course, I have been a lot more aggressive recently. So in terms of the market, you know, with Ethereum moving up so much, right? So ETH right now, $561. Bitcoin kinda here. I think like okay, the general idea right now is that Bitcoin, once it finishes this rally, a lot of people are gonna get more wealthy, especially if you're a big holder of Bitcoin, and they're going to look at altcoins, which is kind of the underlying kind of tension we've been sensing in this space. So yes, I have been a lot more aggressively looking at altcoins. The last one I've done, the last kind of one I've looked at is Coin. So Coin is the one that was on TrustSwap. TrustSwap. So that was kind of the last one I looked at where you're, and I've told you guys about this, where if you hold TrustSwap Coin, you'll be able to get into Coin. Long story short, but yeah, anyways, that was the one that was my last altcoin kind of play here. I'm going to do more. I haven't really look too much at others right now. Like that's the honest truth. So I took the weekend off. This week is more the altcoin week for me. I'm gonna like aggressively ramp up because of that underlying tension. I feel like once Bitcoin stops rallying, once Ethereum stops rallying, then we have the altcoins coming out to party. And we already had a little bit of a taste of that, right? On the weekend, we saw, you know, all this resurrection altcoin pump for a lot of these coins. It's going to be intense. And that competition to get people's attention during the altcoin season is going to be really intense. So anyways, we'll stay tuned. We'll talk more about that. Also, something interesting is I would definitely want to talk to you guys about this too as well. I want to highlight this rather, is I have an upcoming discussion with Sam. So Sam is the kind of the king of DeFi, I would say, or he's either the villain or the hero depending on the timing. But fold, right? One, to make you guys smarter, and second, more selfish reason is to make myself smarter too. I get talk to these guys with a lot of insight, get myself ready for the next run. So that's pretty much it. Is the stream down? Oh, okay. Yeah, seems like the stream's down. Weird. Okay. Huh. So it's a stream. Is it lagging? It seems like it's lagging, guys. Even though YouTube says it's excellent connection. I think refresh, guys. Refresh. All right, so I just had some notifications that the stream is down, but it seems like it's still okay. It's back now. It's back. Okay, so I don't know why it was down for a quick second there. It's a little back on. We're back on. We're back on, guys. So anyways, yeah. So two really good discussions coming very, very soon. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Looks to be back, says Nick. Nick, man, you're up so late, man. This is great. Shadow banning, says LN Torch. Luckily not Lightning Network coming through. Excellent lag. You're back. All right, we're back, guys. We're back, guys. Crypto Tonight says, did you forget to pay your internet bill? Never happens. All right, so we're back now, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's episode. We're doing, let's see, yeah, so we're pretty much done with all the lucky draws, everything here, the comments on this network. So okay, so what's up? So we're gonna do more live streams, so make sure you click on. So it's right now I'm kind of transitioning towards more streams, but at the same time I just need to manage my time correctly because I need to do research and everything as well. So my best advice right now, yes, definitely click the notification bell. Definitely come tomorrow. I'm super pumped for that. It's gonna be awesome to pick Sam's brain on this. And if you have any questions, just come on board early on as well. I do have to make an announcement as well for concerning Telegram group. So this is my all right, so we have this amazing Telegram group which is closed off, so it's no longer open to join. But we did open up membership, and we had like a crazy number of people asking to join the group. Like people had to fill in a Google form last session. So to handle that, big thanks to the community as well. Big thanks to our community mods that help approve or reject applicants. So that's been sorted out already. It's been a crazy amount of work. They've done like a phenomenal amount of work. Like this community is the strongest and best and most helpful community ever. Period. So anyway, so the invites are out. So how do you get invited? So that's been sorted, and we made this bot. So if you want to, let me just copy username, t.me/box invite bot. So I'm just gonna put the bot on here. So the bot will invite you. So you just have to message this bot. I'll put the link down. I'll put the link down below as well. You just have to message the bot, and if your application has been accepted, it'll send you the link. So that's that was my weekend project actually. I wrote the bot myself. I was like, I haven't done like much programming for a long time, but I was like, you know what? I don't want people to message each other like to manually invite like 400 from people. It's gonna be crazy. So we wrote the bot for it. Well, I wrote the bot for it. It was really fun. Just getting the Telegram bot up, but it's working. You just have to type, like you just click the bot thing, type anything to the bot, and the bot will be like, yo, here's your invite. But this is contingent on you typing the correct Telegram name. So we asked you for a Telegram name in the Google form. So if you didn't type it in correctly, then that's gonna suck. Yeah, we tried to we did debugging already, and we tested this over the weekend. It's working so long as you correctly typed in your Telegram name. We've also made corrections for caps. So if you accidentally type a low cap height like a capital letter or something like that, yeah, we made corrections for that. We made, we can have the @ sign. We made corrections for that too. Like I debugged this thing over the weekend, and so it was fun. Not really, but it was fun. But yeah, so that's out already. We'll open up the invites next week. We'll try to do something similar. It was a lot of work this time, so I really hope you guys can come in, hop in, contribute. It's gonna be great. Have a swell time with us. I hope as many people as you can get in, and yeah, just check out the bot. It's the best way to do it. All right, cool. And that's pretty much it for today. We have, yeah, IQ test LOL. Nick Miles says, you tell your bot private key and you're in. Yes, that's the future. That's the future. There's so many options. I'm learning how to program Telegram bots, and it's kind of crazy, right? You have like, so it's written in Python, and there's so many kind of like variables you can pick up, and you can link that up to various things. It's kind of crazy. Like the possibilities on this is endless. But anyways, it's great. All right, so that's pretty much it for today's video. Check out Ledger. I'll give you guys the Ledger link down below very soon. I'll figure out what's happening there. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to make more videos. We're going to push crypto up to new heights. It's going to be exciting this week, guys. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you smash up the likes. And we are good to go. So I'm going to play the intro, the outro, and we are good, guys. So I'd like to take the time now to tell you a little bit about everything that's happening in the box mining ecosystem. First and foremost, if you guys like listening to all that's happening in crypto on the go, then I would highly recommend you checking out the Box Mining Bitcoin Out of the Box podcast. And the reason why it's called Bitcoin Out of the Box is because we have long interview segments very much exploring the detail of the newest and latest of what's going on in this whole cryptocurrency space. Whole idea of it is to bridge that gap between knowledge privileged institutional investors and the rest of us here in this space. Now, with the podcast, it's on everything. So it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on Google Podcasts, it's on Spotify. Just search it anywhere, Bitcoin Out of the Box. So just add that onto a playlist and let's just follow the new episodes when it's released. Next up, we also have the Box Mining newsletter. So this happens roughly bi-weekly. We give you an update of the latest that's going on in a very summarized, condensed format. So this is perfect for anyone that wants an overview of the market. Say, for example, what's happening with OKX, the biggest event, or maybe the little things like what's happening with different coins and overall the trend. So what I use the newsletter for personally myself is to understand what kind of phase we're in crypto, to kind of get in tune. So if you don't read crypto every day, the newsletter is perfect for you. Last but not least, in the link down below, if you're a Telegram user, we have the Box Mining announcements channel. So this is to announce to you basically what's the latest videos coming up, but also we have a daily update, a community-driven daily update to provide you an idea of the latest updates on the day. And a lot of people have been using that to get informed of the crazy amounts of trends that we see. And I have to give a big thank you for Claudio, our community member, for doing this. It's just been phenomenal. Definitely want to give you a shout out there, Claudio, as well for that. And taking us to the end of the live stream, so make sure, number one, you click like and subscribe on this video because it really does help this channel. And then, of course, check out the podcast. It's one of the best ways to know a little bit more, to extend that knowledge, especially in your spare time. And then, of course, check out the newsletter. If you're, if you want those updates and summaries and trends, newsletter is the place for you. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you have a good one. See you in the next video.